My name's Josh Binda. I'm running for Linwood City Council, and I'm here to make a difference. So here we go. My reason for running for city council is there's a broad amount of reasons I would say I decided to run for city council. I've always been someone that's had a passion for change and a heart for change in my community and wanting to make a difference. And in my city, I feel like there's a lack of leadership right now that actually has that progressive mindset that wants to take us kind of in the future and have that representation, not just for the BIPOC community, but for all people of all demographics in the city that wants to truly create this difference that we can go forward and make that into a reality for our city and make sure that the things that we need for our city to be thriving, it can be achieved. And I think I'm very much capable of that, and I'm excited to be on this journey to get there. There were moments I would say that I realized what the power I could accomplish running for office. I would say one of them was during the summer when I was doing a whole bunch of protests, and I was talking to some of the mayors and chief officials because I was going to these cities and talking to them how I wanted to do these protests, and I'd have meetings with them, and I kind of talk to them, sit them down, be like, hey, this is what we want to do. How can we accomplish this? And we kind of organized the whole thing. Then we shut down roads. We did all of that, and we made protests happen. And I think through that, I just kind of realized through the amount of positivity and bringing the community together, how powerful the youth is and how powerful our generation is and what we can accomplish if we put our mind to it. And me getting that and also hearing from these state officials saying, hey, what you're doing, the leadership you're showing is not any different than someone in city office positions are doing. So if you can bring that mindset and bring that same energy and passion to the community, you can make great differences. And hearing that and knowing and myself and the leadership I have and what I want to accomplish and already my heart for humanity and wanting to make a difference, I just thought it was my calling to do so going forward, and I haven't looked back since. So here I am. Well, I'm 21 years old, and so I'm definitely on the younger end. According to Washington State, I'd be the youngest BIPOC ever elected in Washington if I was elected, which would be history, which is amazing, and I think it's super cool. It's never really been the focus of myself and my campaign, just because I know my age has never been a factor in general in what I want to accomplish and anything I put my mind to. But it's super cool knowing that I can be somewhat of a catalyst to the youth if I can accomplish this. When I accomplish it, I'd like to say that they can stand up and start going for these things and going for these positions and feel empowered, saying, "Hey, if this 21-year-old kid can do it, so can I." And just knowing that I've already kind of seen a trickle effect of inspiration towards the youth in general. People have messaged me and talked to me about how, wow, I've always wanted to do something like this, but I didn't know it was possible. I didn't know I could even run or something like that at our age. And so just giving people that inspiration and the younger generation, I think it's inspiring a lot of people now to start looking at it in a different light. What's special about me, I think, is, well, number one, my leadership ability. I know how to work with people. I know how to get a community together and say, hey, we have a vision. This is what we want to accomplish. Let's do it. And I think people overcomplicate politics with these degrees and these certain things that they think you must have this and that to be an official politician. The point of politics is to be a representation of the people, to talk to the people, represent them, know what they need, know what the city needs, and make decisions based upon that. And you can do that with a genuine heart and a knowledge of your community. You don't have to have these certain things and these certain, if those things really truly mattered, we'd love every politician we have in office right now. But obviously that's not the case. And so I think we've just gotten to a point in society we gotta realize there's a bigger picture of what we should know a politician should be. So I think my leadership ability, I've always been in positions of leadership, whether that was being a football captain or ASB president or whatever whenever I've ran for something, I've won. And I know I've done that by earning the people and earning their respect and them knowing who I am as a person and realizing that this person's capable of this job. And I don't look at this as any different as someone that's gonna earn the people's respect and them knowing that I'm very much capable of this. Well, how everything came to be with the marches, I would definitely say is, it all kind of started off obviously with the whole George Floyd incident that kind of happened last year, with the kneeling on the neck, and then the Breonna Taylor and all of those incidents that happened where there was obviously blatant police brutality. And me being a person of color, obviously it hit me a whole different level of more personal to me, where I felt that I had to stand up and use my voice and use whatever I could to stand against this police brutality that was happening, and show solidarity with my fellow BIPOC community that, hey, we want to stand for something bigger. We know the power of our community. We know the power of what it takes to build something, to be advocates of this kind of stuff. And so as I felt this passion, I called a couple of my peers, and I was like, hey, like, we got to do something. Like, I felt the passion in my heart, but I just didn't know how to amplify, how to use it. I was like, we got to do something about this. Like, I can't just sit here and this is all going on and not be an advocate for something that hits me so much at home. And I knew throughout these protests, I was like, wow, this is amazing, this is great. We're vocalizing how we feel, we're letting people know that this is wrong. But I was like, the true change in our society is not gonna come from protesting. It's gonna come from legislation and reform. My passion isn't just obviously with the Black community and making a difference for them. I just want to make a difference in society in general and create the positive changes needed for the betterment of people. And that's kind of where running for office kind of started coming into play. And as I started talking to some of the mayors and city officials, I was like, what do you guys think? You guys think this is feasible for me? And they was like, this is 100%, you are capable of it. You have what it takes. And hearing that from that perspective, from people already in office, it kind of just boosted my confidence more to be like, wow, this is something I can do. My age isn't going to be a factor. I think people are going to see my character and my heart and what I want to accomplish. And I think people are going to get behind it just like how they got behind my other agendas. Well, I'm an activist, and if they're marching for the right things, I'm gonna march right along with them. That's what it is. I'm not just a politician. I'm an activist, basically. I'm an activist, want to make a difference in the community, want to make a change. And so if they're marching for the right causes and it matters to the community, I'll step aside. I'll be right there marching with them. That's just the fact. That's just the truth. And I'm not gonna, once I get involved in something like this, not realize what got me there, what my true heart and intention is. And so being involved in politics is not me switching sides. It's me infiltrating and becoming better and bettering the community and bettering society from the inside. And so it's just 100%. People are standing for the same causes that I've been standing for. I will be right there with the people standing against the same causes. And that's just the reality of the situation. My name is Josh Binda. I'm running for Linwood City Council. You can follow me up on my page and find more information about me on joshbinda.com. That's my website. And I'm running because I just want to make a difference in my community and I want to make a difference in general. So here we go.